Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy628 here today, giving you week 4 of season 5 of the NPL with me, Cheeseboy628, back again once again. Wow, I was a meme lord there. Anyway, going on, let's talk about what's been happening. If you guys have been up to date with my past 3 battles, my past 3 weeks, you'll know that the Phoenix Sunkern are not doing too hot this season as of now. So first week, you know, that's understandable. I'm like trying to adapt to everyone. You know, you don't know everyone's play style or how they're going to use their mons yet. You know, don't have a lot to study at that point. But then week 2 comes along. Okay, we get our win. Nice, and it's a pretty decent win too. So it brings our differential up into the positives. And then we're like, hey, here's a good opponent. Let's use some edgy moves that possibly could work. And then that fails miserably, mostly because I choose the wrong mons to, you know, when you have a mon that does a lot to his team and you just let that go down in an exchange and then you realize later, probably shouldn't have done that. Yeah, then things go a little miserably. So because of that, we were back in the negatives and with a 1 and 2. So, good news, I'm actually 3rd, but I'm not far behind from 1st in my division. On the bad side, our division isn't doing so hot, and it's about to do even less hot depending on who loses his next battle. As for week 4, I'm facing the Phoenix Sunflora. Now, this is the matchup of the century. This is the rivalry of the era, the millennia. Anything else that's a larger threshold of time, put it there. See, Phoenix Sunflora and I go back a few months now. Yeah, he decides to pick this team. He decides to take my mons. If you guys didn't know, Mega Medi has basically been a staple to me for a little too long now. And then what happens? He takes it first round. Yeah, it's not labeled so here, but he does take it first round. So then he takes B Sharp. He takes Scolopy, which I had a while back. So that's also a thing. He takes Diancie. I mean, this man legit takes half of my team. And then he claims to be the better Phoenix team. Yeah, I don't know if that's clear by the rankings. But that's none of my business. So going on here, besides our rivalry being very intense, and this is kind of going to be the battle of the century no matter the outcome, I'm going to have to prepare my very hardest, and I will not let shenanigans of last week occur again. We must come back for the sake of being in bracket at the end of the season, as well as just for beating the Phoenix Sunflora. They have unfortunately, one way or another, have beaten me in the past in other battle formats. But now is not the time. It is time to come back. It is time to battle. And here we go. So, I have done a little bit of team prep before this. Before me recording right here. It is actually 3:45 in the morning, and I'd like to mention I'm very good at sleeping when I should. So we're going to go back to his team. I'm just going to explain what I have picked thus far, as you can see, versus Riz. So yeah, we're going to go to the team builder real quick and explain what I have picked as of now. Now, I'm going to be testing this team a lot in the next day or so, and if there's some flaws, I'll let you guys know right before the battle. But until then, this is my team in mind. So we got Special Defensive Blastoise, and it has Mirror Coat. And you're like, geez, what's this Mirror Coat about? Well, here's the thing. Okay, we got Blastoise with Spin. Makes enough sense there, right? Then we got Scald, nice staple. Okay, we put Mirror Coat on because Jolteon, he likes using Jolteon a lot. Not to mention, Jolteon is one of the better mons against my team. For at least Blastoise. I don't know if he'll end up using it, considering other stuff like Dougie that I have, but maybe he'll have like Shed Shell or something. You don't know. So anyway, the main hope behind that is that Jolteon comes in uses special move, and then I just mirror coat something for a lot of bit of damage. I have been advised a couple of times that offensive Blastoise is probably going to be better, but at the same time, it's kind of that trade-off of it can hit hard, but then it will be hard hit in response. So yeah, it's definitely a bit of a situation. However, I care for the bulkiness because I want to get toxics off on stuff. I want to scald stuff for free. I want to take hits as long as I can because I need to be able to spin and handle his Diancie. That's the main thing that this Blastoise is going to be doing, in conjunction with Dougie as much as I can. Now this Dougie, all his mons hit 100 at max, other than his Scolipede, which obviously just comes with speed boost, so it doesn't really matter about that. However, therefore, Adamant Dougie can outspeed any base 100. And we're gonna go back to our standard Sash set. I mean, we've been using that a decent bit now. But we got EQ and Stealth Rock. Those are staples. The last two moves, I was a little ambivalent to. As it's not the greatest moves against him, but it's not bad precisely either. I Rock Slide on him because in case he uses a setup Torn T, which he has used in the past, I want to make sure that I can break subs if he wants to use subs. I also want to be able to Memento if I just want to free switch into something, / I just want to weaken his stuff so I can bring something else in. Just to give you the preface, none of my mons are setup mons. However, I am able to prevent him from setting up, which goes right into our Sableye here. So, I think it's worth putting in here. Hi, Megamedi, my old friend. See, this is a great set against his Megamedi. I was originally trying to get Mega Sableye, but because of points mostly, that ended up not being my Mega. Plus Blastoise is great. Anyway, we got Willow, which hurts all of his team. Does he have a single thing that can take Willow? Pretty sure no. Yeah. Then I can use Knockoff to get off any item because he's not going to come in with Medi. That doesn't make any sense. Recover, of course, to recover. And then Taunt. Taunt is for things like his Torn T, where he has done a Rest Bulk Up set before, and I just don't want that sweeping my team, so I can Taunt it, knock it off, Willow. It's a good game for me. Okay, next we have what I'm going to name Lapras here, because unfortunately this is proving to be the better ice type of what I have currently, and yeah, Lapras kind of replaced Kyurem last week, and we know that did not go exactly as planned. Anyway, I just noticed that my EVs are not correct, so I'm glad I found that first, and might as well check the rest of these are right. Yeah, so far so good. Anyway, I guess I didn't explain this really, the rest of it. He has Mega Medi, so of course that's the one thing I really want to handle with this thing. Ice Punch is like the hardest thing he hits me with. If he has Toxic, great, but that's like just a waste of a move slot, really, in my humble opinion, against Mega Medi. If he uses Baton Pass, he can bring in something, take a Willow, and call it a day. I don't really care. If he has Diancie, he brings in Diancie on my Sableye, I can just immediately go into Blastoise, and I don't really have any qualms about that, because the one thing he has for that is Jellicent, / also Amoonguss, so I need to think of ways to handle that. But yeah, at the very least I can knock them off and that kind of stuff, so that's nice to reduce its recovery, at the very least. Yeah, that's basically that. So we have a few mods left here. Going into Lapras, as you can tell, it looks very much like a Lapras, except a little bit less intimidating. So this is kind of my Amoonguss counter in a sense. Because we got the Sleep Talk here, if he decides to Spore anything on my team, he's gonna be like, okay, I can just press Spore, boom. Well, then we press Sleep Talk, and then we Outrage, Fusion Bolt, Iron Head. Outrage because I want to do as much damage as possible. Iron Head to handle the one thing that can handle Outrage, being his Diancie, and definitely destroy it, as it's max attack adamant. Then there's Fusion Bolt, and that is great because that's kind of the middleman move, as it hurts Jellicent. He has a decent amount of ground types, but yeah, it's nice. It's a nice middleman play. That way I'm not locked in outrage against a Diancie, and you know, can just switch out. His Jolteon could have Volt Absorb though, so I should be wary of that. The one thing I did not check yet is the speed tier I want to use against it, meaning I could sacrifice some speed for some bulk instead, as if he was really going to run a Scarf Flygon, great. That's not going to be that great. He could run Scarf B-Sharp. He likes running that. So why don't we put on this Rip in Peace team that once was, and we'll give it a nice Jolly Scarf. And basically what I need to do is just outspeed this very speed right here, which is 262. And versus dummy, we have 289 currently, and we just need 263. So that gives us quite the bit of bulk here, and it's odd HP, so that's very nice indeed. Yeah, so that's the better option there. I'm able to take lots of hits with this thing. Yeah, KB is just a great time, really. Yeah, nothing really has a good time against it. Not even B-Sharp per se, especially after rocks or spikes, as I'm going to mention now. So we got Klefki. This is a pretty similar set, I think, to my week 2. I don't know if I used Dazzle on it at the time, though. Nonetheless, we're making it completely specially defensive because, as I was advised, I definitely should have something for Torn. Even though I have special defensive Blastoise, it would be good to have Clef as well. Nothing really likes T-Waves all too much except for the ground types, and that's why we have Magnet Rise. So that's going to be great because that means the ground types that he has, being Flygon and Mamoswine, are going to really not be useful against me. Flygon, if he decides to defog on me, I got that Magnet Rise, and then I can just stack on stack some spikes, and he's going to be in for a rough time. If he decides to bring in Mamo and he just wants to come in, put on rocks, whatever, I get that free Magnet Rise, and I get to do whatever I please, pretty much. And yeah, he's kind of forced in a pickle situation. So Dazzling Gleam is for if Flygon tries to start defogging on me and stuff, I can just layer spikes, and if he tries to go a one-on-one against me, Dazzle will do a decent amount of damage to him. If he's defensive, it's not going to do all too much. However, I think I'm in a position where I wouldn't necessarily lose. So it's kind of nice. And then T-Wave, Prankster T-Wave, you know what that is. It's a beautiful move that will hurt a lot of this stuff. So yeah, overall I think that's a pretty good set. EQ is going to be physical, and I'm going to be immune to said physical moves with Magnet Rise. Okay, and finally we have Talonflame. This is a pretty similar set to what I had last week, except I'm going to be a little more conservative with it this time in a couple of ways. So we got Brave Bird and U-Turn. Those are attacking moves. We have Protect because Mega Medi can just go for Fake Out. However, at the same time, I need to think about that because do I really need it? Because Sableye. However, if he tries to predict me, then he'll switch out, and then Sableye. Talonflame is in a good situation there. I also have Roost because I'm going to be taking damage, whether through recoil or through damage anyway. And with max HP, I'll be able to live stuff, and then I can Roost on like Volt switches or Icicle crashes potentially. So that's kind of my idea there. Nothing I really care to outspeed, so that's why I put in basically max HP. So that's the team at this point. Going to be testing it a couple hours before, a day before my battle against Riz. It is currently Wednesday morning because it's almost 4 in the morning. But yeah, in like 12 or so hours, going to be testing it, and then about a day from then, I will be having my battle against Riz, and that'll be for everything. So, yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. See you guys when it all turns out. Alright, boys and girls, this is it. Here we go for my week 4 battle against Riz. Challenge pending. He told me to fight him. It's been a long day. It's been a long couple of days, really. But here we are, ready to battle. Okay, he didn't even bring Mega Medi. Wow, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Half of his team are potential Stealth Rock users. Nothing wants to take a Willow. Nothing at all, mind you. So here's the thing. We have a lot of great situations for us here. A lot of debatable situations too. So Talonflame comes in on a lot of things. Not Diancie is the only thing. By coming in, I mean just press Brave Bird. I mean he has a switch into Brave Bird, only being Diancie. Okay? B Sharp is just too frail to be able to just come in reliably. We do have Iron Head for the for the Diancie, just in case. I wonder what his B Sharp is going to do. I have to keep in mind that Talonflame is really good against his team. I also need to keep in mind that Sableye is good against his team. He did not bring Jolteon as anticipated. Unfortunate because, geez, there's a lot of smack talk going on. But yeah, once Diancie goes down, we're in a great position. I think at any time, if he brings in Diancie and he tries to predict me and goes for Moonblast against Dougie, that's not a bad situation for me because I get free damage. Gosh, would you lead with it turn 1? I mean, that's how you lead. You put it in turn 1. But would he do that? I want to be careful about Blastoise too. If I burn him, that's splendid and all, but it's risky. I feel it's a little risky. I really think starting with Sableye, getting a Willow off could be really nice. Yeah, we have Taunt if we want to be edgy and use it, but let's just lead with this thing. Okay, so he brings it in. He brings this in. So I mean, I'm free to Willow here, undoubtedly. However, stuff sucks if like Life Orb Hurricane just smacks me. So. I mean, I don't have a fair switch in. I can't just bring in Klefki and be like, yeah, that's fine. I've got to press Willow. I don't know what his set is yet. I missed turn 1. He taunts me. Awesome. What? What am I supposed to do? Turn 1. Yeah, that really sucks. I don't know. I mean, I have one thing to take Hurricanes. I don't know if what else he has yet. He has Taunt, so he's not Assault Vest. We have that down. He could just U-turn here. That could suck. Really sucks that I missed the Willow, because that's obviously beautiful residual damage, but we'll go into Clef, I suppose. Goes for Hurricane, he misses, and technically even though Willow is, higher odds, but I'm free to T-Wave here. Honestly, I think that is fine. I'm gonna press the T-Wave button. He's gonna go to Flygon. That's fine. I if he has, I'm going to go for Magna Rise. He goes for Fire Blast. That does a lot because he's Life Orb. Okay. This man says shirts as if he's real. Okay. Obviously offensive. I get a free spike though. I don't know if he's mixed. Probably is, TBH. But getting off a spike could be really nice to wither some of his team, I feel. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to lay down a spike. As he goes for Draco, as if he's edgy AF. Man, look at that play, huh? Call me straight fire. I guess he predicted me to go to Blastoise or Talon. He doesn't have hazard removal unless this thing is receive fairies immune to dragon. Stop. I wonder if he's defog, honestly. Like, it does make you wonder, you know? I want to do a calc because I want to see how much OU offensive Swords Dance will say Sharp Beak, Adamant, Brave Bird to a Flygon. Let's see it say it's offensive. Brave Bird does 75 to 88. So odds are technically in my favor if I'm to do that. Alas, he does have the defog. I was wondering if he'd have that. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna go Talon because I'm legit. He crits me FML. I want to say I'm free. Crit kind of feel F that. What do I want to do here? If I just U-turn in a Diancie, that's cool. Because, I mean, he doesn't have a switch in. Is he feeling real? Like, here's the thing. If he goes in Diancie and I U-turn, he just Moonblasts and boom. However, at the same time, I could just as easily go to Blastoise, Scald, Hope I Burn, Amoonguss, and then I could go to Cure him, actually. So I'm going to Protect as he goes to Diancie. See, I just don't agree with that because Dougie could have done so much damage to him. But, alas, I get to U-turn here for free. And I get to choose what I want to do. That did decent damage, believe it or not. I'm going to U-turn. And it's against a Diancie. I just want to see what kind of damage this is. Because U-turn did 7 to 8. If it's specially defensive, it did 8. So I can't necessarily gauge that. That might be a high roll. What do I want to do? What do I want to do here? Obviously, I could go to Dougie, but I don't like that play because Blastoise is a very fair switch in. Yeah, I'm just going to go to Blastoise as he rocks. That's fine. I'm going to Mega Evolve, press Rapid Spin. Boom. If he goes to Amoonguss, I just go immediately into Cure him. And we have a good time. Or hopefully, we hope to have a good time. That's the better option there. But we'll see, I suppose. Yeah, obviously free Mega Evolve here. I don't know what he'd necessarily have. I could have gotten more momentum if I was safe there. It's just, I have no speed on this, and just the fact that he'd sack Diancie To me, considering his switch-ins, I just found that a little weird. But this is fine. This isn't a bad situation, at least. I'm not gonna say good. Yeah, we'll work on it. So he has Draco, Fire Blast, Defog. What's his last move? I imagine it could be U-turn. It could be Earth Power. He could have Earth Power, so maybe he's fully special. Guess I don't know. But next time that Flygon comes in for free, I am in a bit of trouble, unfortunately. However, this Blastoise is fully specially defensive now that I think about it, so maybe I will be able to take hits. He's taking quite a while on this move. I wonder what he's thinking. Still know very little about this set. He decides to Moonblast. Interestingly enough. I don't know what he was thinking exactly. I get a free Scald here. Like, truly. Goes to Amoonguss. If I burn, beautiful. If not, sucks. I could go immediately into Lapras and hope to have a good time. Don't know what his item is. One Scald. They are counting how many will not burn, I imagine. I wonder if he's Rocky Helmet. I do wonder that. But we have my one switch into this, which is Kyurem. As he Gigas. Interestingly enough. Now, Ice Beam, I feel, is pretty darn obvious. I'm just saying. I also want to scout if he has the Spore or not. So, I mean, Ice Beam, he's probably expecting here. His switch-ins are Diancie, technically. He doesn't know my item yet. Or B-Sharp, I guess. If he does bring in B-Sharp, that's not the worst because I'd probably bring in Klefki to sack and then come in with Dougie. KB should get D-Dance. Oh, yeah. He's probably thinking what to go into here. I mean, like, as much as he'd want to stay in, the idea of me having Ice Beam here is very evident. That's gotta be what he's scared of right now, for sure. So what's his Ice Beam switch in? You know? Like, Iron Head is one of the last moves he'd expect here. That's for sure. It's gonna damage something. That's for sure as well. I think I'm saying for sure a lot because I'm honestly a little bit nervous because I don't want to lose. Simple as that. No matter the player, I don't want to lose. I'm not Johnning here. I am just stating the fact that I am tired and there's not necessarily ready for this battle. We are on 7 hours of sleep over the past 2 days. It has been a good time. Honestly, I want to get some juice right now, but I cannot get some juice right now because this is beyond intense. Also, he's not Life Orb, so we know that much. If he predicts me to over-predict, I would be upset. Still, all we know he has Giga. We don't know if he has Assault Vest. He could have Assault Vest. He didn't go for Spore. I could have Sub. He's seen that set before. He goes to B-Sharp. Get some mediocre damage off. So what to do here? What to do here? This is interesting because he could Pursuit. I wouldn't recommend Pursuiting. I want to save Klefki to like set up a Spike or T-Wave when I want to. I wonder if he's Shuka. He could be Shuka as well. I am just going to go directly into Sableye. Sableye handles his stuff. Yeah. I mean, he's gonna knock off, sure. Perfectly fine by me. He could be Lum. but nothing is going to kill me at this point. So no reason not to Willow, and just hopefully hit. That's all I have to say about that. If he's alone, I really couldn't care less. So he might go to Flygon. He could do that. In which case I would probably recover first and then wait to go into something. So far we are playing it very safe. I have to keep in mind, especially now that he let B-Sharp take damage, Okay. Come on! Is this real? Okay. Like, come on, it's 2 mons with residual that I really could hope for right now. That's so... It's really dumb, to be honest. I just... What am I supposed to do to that? What the heck? That's so unfair. I have to go back to Blastoise now. Yeah. And then what? He goes into a thing. He goes to a Moongus. I go to cure him. He foul plays. Okay. Good thing I didn't bring in T-Flame, that's for sure. Kind of want to outrage here, TBH. Because I'm just kind of tired of this. It seems like he doesn't... He probably has, like, Giga, Sludge, Foul Play, and HP Fire, maybe. He's not... It looks like he doesn't have... Looks like he doesn't have Spore, because he's probably... Whoops, wrong. No! So for the most part, I should be pretty good in just putting Klefki in when I feel like it. So that's worth mentioning. What do I want to do? I could set up a spike. HP Fire will do mediocre damage, I'd say. Or wait, he has... Yeah, he doesn't have Black Sludge. And I just don't think there's really good use necessarily in weakening this thing when it could do a lot to his team, I feel. So I'm gonna go Clef, I suppose. Oh no, this is upsetting. Lots of nice damage I could be getting on stuff, and it's not putting me on tilt per se, but it would be helpful. And his Diancie does have leftovers, so it doesn't have doesn't have good ol' shed shell, that's the word for it. Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do here, so I guess we'll find out, huh? Yeah, he foul plays, gets a crit because he deserved it, I guess. I don't understand. I want to get hazards off at this point because I'm really tired of this. I wonder if he has freaking... What is it that resists flying? Not resists flying per se, but you know. For real though, like, these hacks are not okay. I mean, just the principle of it, obviously, like a foul play crit isn't doing a lot to me, but so he's free to like damage me here, which really sucks, cause like, what am I supposed to do about that? Like, do I just let him kill me off at this point? Apparently, cause I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, got off the damage. Got off damage, which is really nice. Let's see here. His Fire Blast did what to me? When he hit Klefki, it did 64. So if he's gonna kill me, he's gonna have to kill me now. I don't know if he has Roost. We'll find out. Yep, guess so. So I'll go for a Dazzle. Yup. That's fine. Good. So his Flygon dies. That's great because that means hazards are permanently up. Stop. I mean, he saw the last roll he did. He waited too long for my Klefki. As in, like, he let the leftovers get a little bit too high. So yeah. 23 turns, 1 death. But for real, that is pretty big in my opinion. Because that is the one thing that takes T-Waves. That is the one thing that was really handling Klefki from that aspect. Still don't know a lot of these items. But this is really good for residual damage because Flygon was one of the only things that okay. He brings this back in. I imagine he has HP Fire. Because why else would you bring this in? I feel like he's going a little too try-hard on predictions right now. If I go for Spikes, my options are T-Wave, Spikes, or Talon, in my opinion. I don't know if he has HP Fire yet. I don't know what his item is yet. But I'm guessing he's Assault Vest. How much did my Scald do? Amoonguss lost 9% of its health. Mega Blastoise. UU Offensive Spinner is not what my set is. Let's just give it Timid because obviously I'm timid. Challenge Cup. There is a Challenge Cup alert right now, but unfortunately I cannot go to it. So Amoonguss, OU defensive, sure. Let's give it Adamant, because that doesn't matter. Let's give it Assault Vest. Scald would do 3, or no, that's not. It would do 10 to 12. It would do 10 to 12, it did 9. Maybe he has a little bit of SPDEF investment? I don't know. I think he's AV though. Is the extra spike worth it? You know, that's kind of the name of the game right now. Is it worth the T-Wave? That's another name of the game right now. Spike might be good because I want to ensure that I can 2-hit KO his Diancie. So let's do that. Yeah, he does have the HP Fire. So here's where things get interesting. Yeah, I knew he was AV. He has Giga, probably Sludge, Foul Play, and Hidden Power Fire. That stuff doesn't handle my Sableye. That stuff does not handle my Sableye. So I'm free to Willow. Like 100%. So why not? Let's get off that Willow. Call it a day. He can't have Hidden Power Fairy, so. Wow! Is this real? Is this real? So now I'm free to go into Dougie, I feel. Now I'm in that position where I think I can do that. So let's do it. Yeah, he goes for rocks. That's a fine exchange in my opinion. I'm gonna go for Earthquake first, I think, to see how much damage it'll do. And then maybe get up rocks, because his team doesn't like rocks. Yeah, oh yeah, that's a great play. I like that a lot. Oh, it just died. It just died. Okay. I don't know. Did not expect that. Choice specs. Choice specs with leftovers, yeah. So, this isn't bad though, because I can sack my Blastoise to a number of things. And I was really expecting that to live with at least a remote amount of HP. I don't know. He could assume I'm banded at this point. He could if he wanted to. He has a free U-turn here. Like, undoubtedly. I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do. Obviously, like I said, I could Stealth Rock. It's good damage against all of his team. It'll certainly weaken his B Sharp and the like. I don't know what he wants to do. I imagine, like I said, he probably wants to U-turn. Did he show U-turn on this? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He showed Taunt and then changed. I think? I don't remember. I'm not very good at this, am I? He taunted, then he hurricaned. He has taunt and hurricane. That's all we know. Whew. I mean, he's not sub-bulk up. We know that much at this point. Unless he's like the most heat set I've ever heard of. I'm not in a bad position. So I don't want to mess with things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of want a Rock Slide. He's not bulky as far as I know. I mean, yeah, he didn't hit a move yet, so. Like, to be fair, he has no reason not to go for Hurricane at this point, even. How much damage does Rock Slide do? Yeah, Rock Slide. Are you adamant, not Life Orb, against Tornadus T OU Life Orb? Because I'm not ridiculous, I don't have Stone Edge, but I do have Rock Slide, and that does 52 to 62, and I don't think that damage is very good. So I think the best play is to go for rocks. Okay, that's fine. We can see if he has another move that he's going to be safe with. We can see that right now. Okay, his Grass Knot. But he's not Life Orb. He has Hurricane, Grass Knot, Taunt. That is an edgy set. He is not Life Orb. Let's assume he's max attack for just a second. Don't give him Life Orb. Give him Grass Knot. He would have no reason to have the utmost confidence to still attack me if he wasn't a plus speed nature, in my opinion. But I want to see if Mega Blastoise lives comfortably, or at least remotely, from its current range. Grass Knot does 37 to 44. Okay, I find Rapid Spin to be important here, because I can just outrage everything. I can legitimately outrage everything. And have a good, I mean, I could Fusion Bolt everything, for crying out loud. As long as I get this spin off. So let's do that. Heck, I could even Mirror Coat if I wanted to be edgy AF, but I'm not doing that. I simply cannot risk that, because as much as it'll kill him, what's he gonna do here? He's gonna risk it. As much as I wanted to mirror coat there, it just is way more important for me to get those hazards out of there, because if I didn't, I'd have to switch to something, take a bunch of damage, come back in at 10%, and the only way I could come back in is if his Amoonguss was in. Not toe. Tao. I don't know what his set is. I want to see how much a Talonflame Brave Bird does. I'm adamant. Brave Bird is 76 to 89. There is 0 chance that is going to kill. I can Fusion Bolt or Outrage. Outrage is almost ironically safe, because that way something dies, I think. If I bring in the Kyurem B, OU Choice Scarf, and I give it Adamant, and I go for Outrage, I guaranteed kill if he has 0 HP. If it doesn't kill, we're in trouble. Yeah, this'll be interesting. That's all I have to say. So let's go for Outrage. It'll kill his Amoonguss, so that'll be nice. Hopefully it doesn't put me in a precarious position against his B-Sharp. That's what I have to say about that. We don't know his item yet. He could be dark glasses, something or other. Interesting. He let it die. He let it die. Good job, Lapras. Keep it up. This is a pretty long battle, because I'm taking my time. Okay, so if he brings in Scolipede, if he brings in Scolipede, do I go to Sableye? Honestly, my biggest problem here now is B-Sharp is at that questionable percent, because it'll take 18, like 24% or so. I honestly don't think this was his best option, because I'm not going to die. However, it will put me in Sucker Punch range, as long as it doesn't kill. I mean, I'm max attack adamant, so we could do a calc. Cured him. OU mixed, adamant. Wow, this is the wrong set, guys. No, this is not the same thing that I just had, because it was a Choice Scarf one. OU Choice Scarf, adamant, Outrage versus Amoonguss. Oh, what are all these sets? Why is there not a single one? Let's give it Modest. He probably already attacked me at this point, but I just want to see what this does. Outrage does 81 to 96 probably. Yeah, he died. Okay. Oh, I'm surprised that he brought this in. Unless he goes for sub. Like, the only way he has a chance of is if he goes for sub, I think. But it also depends on how well... Oh, utility? What is this? Give it bold. Versus a Scolipede. Oh, you offensive. That's if it's offensive and adamant. None. 51 to 60. Huh. This is tense. This is tense because if he... I feel like he's obligated, honestly, to Rock Slide here. No, not to Rock Slide. It might be my best play overall to go to Talonflame, actually, because if he Mega Horns, kills me. Like, here's the thing, I don't have leftovers anymore. So if he subs, then goes for Mega Horn, I lose. Because that kills me, he probably has Rock Slide on Talon. I can break his sub then, but then Kyurem dies, basically. If I go to Talon and he happens to Rock Slide, I can then Willow and stall him out. So that's my mindset here. He goes for spikes. Interesting. Nonetheless, I press Brave Bird here. There is zero exception to that. That's an interesting play with his thing. For the real LOLs, I could U-turn here. Because, I mean, it's probably evident that I'd U-turn, right? Or that I'd Brave Bird, right? I want to see how much it does. This is the last frickin' thing that's preventing me from winning. And I have a chance. Bars be sharp. U-turn does how much? Calculator. 22, 6, 26. Plus Brave Bird. 22 plus 34 gives me... 22 plus 34 gives me... I can't think of math right now. 36, 56. That kills. He's Scarf. He's Scarf. I'm glad I got that out of the way. And knowing that he likes to frickin' run Scarf all the time. However, since he's Scarf, I win. Guaranteed. However, I want to recover a little bit, so I'm at range. Because when he knocked me off, it did 48. Or something around that. Yeah, so let's be freaking safe here. But we did it. We did it, boys. That was scary. I'm going to recover one more time to be safe. Willow. Don't hit. No! Why? I'm legit one for... This is not meant to be this stalled. I just want to hit. Okay. Finally. Finally. We'll go for the foul play just cause got off some nice damage. And I'm going to recover to make sure he can't kill me with anything. GG. Okay. That was the battle. That was a little nerve-wracking for a number of reasons. One, because it's my arch rival. Why is this a thing? Two, because I'm just in that position where let's see, let's upload and share this so y'all can see this for a million times over. I'm just gonna copy this for later because I immediately want to transition into what this looks like for our league, because I don't think my commentary was that exciting. I apologize, guys, but no, I don't want to show results. I can't show that. It's not right now. Anyway, so this puts me at 2-2, which is usually not a good ratio, but it's good with my division for whatever reason. This puts me at -2 now, which is not good. But depending on how others do, aka LA Nidokings and the San Antonio Swampards, if they get their wins, it'll be close, but if they get their wins, I will be in third still. If they lose, I will be at the top. Simple as that. There's some interesting philosophies going on and the like. I don't know. I'm a little relieved that I won this. I was a little scared for a number of reasons, like I said. So I hope you enjoyed. I don't know if I'm gonna edit this to make it nicer. Oh gosh, because it was just me being tense the whole time. So hope you all enjoyed. Before I waste any more of your precious time, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, sub. Until later, peace.